Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, I rise to support the Foreign Contribution Regulation Bill which has been brought to replace the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 1976 as amended in 1984. This bill empowers the government to inspect and seize accounts or records if it suspects contravention of the provisions of this Act. The bill contains 11 chapters and 54 clauses. This bill prohibits organizations of political nature from inspecting foreign contributions. The power to declare an organization to be one of political nature rests with the central government. The bill prohibits acceptance of any foreign hospitality by members of legislature or judges or office bearers of political parties or officials of the government, the bureaucracy. By introducing this bill, this august House has risen to address a much felt need. I congratulate the Honorable Minister for this effort. Over the years, huge amount of foreign money has been pumped into India in the name of charity. This legislation shall not be mistaken as one to prevent organizations doing real charity. The work of such organizations may be appreciated, but this bill seeks to prevent fake and dangerous organizations from receiving bulk of foreign funds. In the name of poorer sections of our country, some non-governmental organizations and other organizations are receiving huge amounts from international funding agencies, and many such fake agencies are involved in communal and even in terrorist activities. Now, there are thousands of organizations working in our country, and almost all organizations are getting foreign funding. In reply to a prominent question, it was said that a number of associations have reported receipt of foreign contribution to the tune of a huge amount of more than rupees 12,000 crores in the last 3 years. Not only that, about 10 organizations are being inquired into by the CBI now. Should it be allowed to continue like this, or should some corrective measures be taken to restrict the flow of funds into the country? This bill is brought for that genuine purpose. This bill is also meant for protecting the people of our country from terrorist activities. The purpose of this bill is to defeat the agenda of terrorists. I would like to recall an incident which took place in our state. Recently, there was some hidden evidence that 2 containers of fake Indian currency arrived at that money was distributed to terrorist groups which are active in our state. In this regard, I would request the Honorable Home Minister to conduct a thorough inquiry into this matter. People are suspecting the involvement of foreign agencies in it. Charity begins at home is not just a saying, it is a fact. We, as the largest democratic country in the world, must enact a powerful legislation to prevent unregulated flow of foreign money. Anti-national organizations should not be allowed to take advantage of the word charity. Without money and resources, terrorist outfits cannot work. Strict vigil is needed in this regard. India is an emerging economic power. It is a welcome step that the bill prohibits organizations with political agenda from destabilizing our country through foreign funding. In the past, foreign agencies promoted diffusing movements, regional and linguistic movements in various parts of the country. We are unable to check the flow of funds into the hands of such organizations effectively. The sole authority should rest with the central government to declare an organization or an NGO to be of political nature. Even though wholeheartedly I support this provision, I urge the government that an NGO or an organization may be given a right to appeal against the decision of the central government to prove its veracity. Apart from this, the bill has come up with many positive provisions in view of the felt need. I would wholeheartedly appreciate the decision of the government to exclude the receipt of foreign scholarships and stipends by Indian citizens studying in India or abroad from the provisions of this bill. This bill will be beneficial to tens of thousands of poor students in India and abroad. I would also like to point out 2-3 small things. I welcome the restriction on the use of foreign funds for the benefit of poorer sections of our country. Moreover, all transactions should be allowed through the authorized banks. Section 17 insists of this in order to ensure accountability and transparency to the core. The provision to inquire Indian companies with more than 50% of foreign holding in the definition in foreign sources also is appreciated. I am also strong opinion that many of the provisions of the bill effectively address the issue. But I am of the view that many of the provisions have to be recast. For example, please take clause A of subsection 1 of the Act. As per the clause, this Act extends to the whole of India and it shall apply to citizens of India outside India. This is not enough. Suppose a person who is a citizen of India acquires a huge foreign contribution in violation of this act and acquires a citizenship of another country, then it is impossible to proceed against him. Hence, we have to recast the words applicable to any of such cases. Chapter 4 may be modified in such a way to give power to aiding authorities to have vigil over the expenditure carried out by the agencies who receive foreign contributions. Penal provisions contained in Chapter 8 may be made more stringent. If an association that receives foreign contribution spends the amount for aiding crime, it shall also be awarded the same punishment for the particular crime resulted by such spending. The principle contained in Section 34 of IPC may also be incorporated in this bill. On behalf of the millions of poor and ordinary citizens of this country, I strongly extend my support